Hey everyone, what's going on? So I wasn't actually planning on having another video after this Nova. At least for this week, I was planning on until the new events, basically. But I actually filmed this a little bit ago, and I just haven't had time to like record the audio and things like that. So I did attempt another survival mode run, and I did get up to stage 52. So I do beat the Deoxys. I didn't beat it yet, unfortunately. I'm hoping to be able to get a completed run of survival mode. And I was actually thinking of because I do play survival mode, not a lot, but I have been playing it since Flygon got updated, and I've actually never lost. I mean, I've lost at Deoxys and just past Deoxys. I made it up to stage 57, but I mean, I've never actually lost before Deoxys. So let me know if you'd like to see multiple runs. I mean, I could definitely do other runs of my survival mode attempts if that's something that you guys would like to see. I will definitely show other runs. I definitely do want, at the minimum, a completed run though. So hopefully I can get up to Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, and beat that at some point. But yeah, stage 57 is as high as I went. I did this. This attempt was before that though. So yeah, basically have the Eevee and the Mega Ordino, which is easy stages. Mega Ordino is guaranteed. I think Eevee is guaranteed as well. Yeah, Eevee is definitely guaranteed. So those stages super easy. Flygon is incredible to use. Yeah, as I said, I have not lost a single attempt before Deoxys with Flygon. So Flygon is definitely the way you want to go. It's better than Hitmonlee. It's better than Trevenant, and we'll talk about why it's better as we progress through survival mode. But yeah, another simple stage, although it did take a few moves because the 3 matches were not triggering, which is a little bit unfortunate. That's something you have to deal with. I wish it was higher than 60%, but unfortunately not the case. But that is okay. By the way, guys, my Pidgey is maxed. I did recently finally able to max it out. Shock Attack is maxed. I did farm that over time, and I did get it as the high level as it can go. And I feel like that does make a difference. So one of the reasons why Flygon is better than Hitmonlee is because you have all these psychic types in the beginning, and Hitmonlee is resistant. Now, technically, Trevenant in these situations would be better because it is super effective, but overall, Flygon will be better. But yeah, you have the Mega Slowbro, you have the Mega Ganga, you have the Mega Mewtwo Y, all of them guaranteed. So you do have the neutral shot-out user, and yeah, against those, that's why Hitmonlee is no good. Yeah, you might not even be able to beat stage 10 at times with Hitmonlee. That's why Hitmonlee is not the best way to go. That's why Flygon is better to use. That's one of the reasons. There's several reasons, but that's definitely one of the reasons. So yeah, what you want to try to do against some of these Pokemon, like these boss stages, is if you can, you want to try and set up like the 4-match of Noivern or Flygon, and then be able to beat it that way. Usually Mega Slowbro takes me, I want to say on average about 5 moves. Sometimes it's 4. With Trevenant, I beat it in 3 moves, but yeah, usually even with Trevenant, it's like 4 or 5 moves, so on average. And that would be a good attempt at Mega Slowbro. So yeah, that is Mega Slowbro. And another random one, which is Cubone, but not a bad stage. By the way, all these attempts I've been doing were itemless, even up to stage 57. So that's some good news. You could definitely farm experience if you have this team. And if you don't have this team, it's best to try and work on it. I understand some people are early on. I don't have the Noivern, I don't have the Flygon, and I totally understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand where it can seem overwhelming, and that's fine. Just don't focus on it. Just enjoy the video, and yeah, you don't have to really worry about playing survival mode, because without this team, you're really not going to do. You're not going to be able to advance far, and that's just the way things are, unfortunately. But another guarantee is Mega Ampharos, and this is another reason why Flygon is better, because Flygon is super effective. Now, the problem is there's a lot of ice, so it's going to be difficult to get 4 matches off the bat. So you're basically going to have to go for a 3-match if you have a 3-match, and hopefully it triggers. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. So you might get lucky, you might not get lucky, but it shouldn't take you more than maybe 4 or 5 moves as well. One thing to keep in mind is Beedrill's Swap Plus will not activate because it doesn't work on barriers, so that's a little bit unfortunate, I guess, but it is what it is. That is Mega Ampharos. It's not a bad stage. That's again another reason why Flygon is better. So another random stage is Donphan. Now Donphan is super easy. I don't really have to talk about it because it is random. So you might not even get Donphan, but yeah, Donphan is a guarantee win basically. So yeah. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And moving on, coming up, we do have Mega Ganga, which is another guarantee. Yeah, and Mega Ganga it's not with Hitmonlee it's bad, but with Flygon it's not bad. Obviously with Trevenant it's not bad, but we're talking about Flygon because that's the Pokemon that we are using in this attempt. So we do have Mega Ganga right now, and again with the Mega Slowbro, you want to try and set up like the 4-match, maybe the 5-match if you can. I don't have any 4 matches on this, so I just went for the 3-match. Be able to set. I do have the Flygon now for the 4-match, so I was able to set that up. Yeah, if you have a 3-match, which can lead into a 4-match the following turn, it's definitely totally worth going after that. If that makes sense. So you definitely want to be able to do that if you can. So yeah, not bad. I did go for the 3-match there just because I had the Beedrill, and I did want to get Beedrill online just because he puts the ice down the middle of the row. Now, it is possible to beat him with this team before he even disrupts with that ice, and I did that in one attempt. But I would say it's probably a little bit unlikely to happen, but technically possible, so, you know. Yeah. So this is Mega Ganga. Not a bad stage. I mean, he does disrupt with a little bit. I did get a little bit lucky in this stage just because I was activating the 3 matches of like Noivern and Flygon and whatnot. So, not too bad, not too bad. That is Mega Ganga. And moving on, we do have another random stage, but yeah, I've been getting lucky with these random stages. I mean, we have this one, then we had Donphan, which are basically guaranteed KOs for the most part. That's how easy they are. But I'm not sure if this one is a guarantee if you don't have the 4-match on Noivern. But don't really have to talk about this one a whole lot just because it's not a guarantee. So the guarantees are more important in my opinion to get familiar with. Yeah, usually with Hitmonlee, after beating Mega Mewtwo Y, I usually have like at most like 5 moves left, if even that. I barely beat it. But with Flygon, super consistent, super awesome. Yeah, this is we have 25 moves right now, so this is another one with Mega Slowbro and Mega Ganga. You do want to set up the 4 matches. If you have the 4 match, definitely go for it. Why not? But yeah, not a bad stage, not a bad stage. It would be awesome if the original survival mode was still available, just because that is so easy with this team. It's impossible to lose, I think. Whereas, it's even though I haven't lost before Deoxys yet, it's still possible to do. So, yeah, going for that 3-match and getting the Mega Beedrill. So not bad, not bad. Another thing to keep in mind is Shock Attack from Pidgey will not activate on Psychic types, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. It doesn't activate on a bunch of types like Fairies and I guess other things. But it does activate on Pokemon that's super effective against like Medicham. So that's some good news, but yeah. So yeah, we do have the 4-match, and we're able to beat Mega Mewtwo Y, and with 18 moves, that's going to get us up to 23 moves. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I really enjoy survival mode now because now that you're able to farm it with this team, relatively consistent. So that's awesome. That's awesome. We do get a skill boost of small. I think it's a medium on your first reward. I don't really remember too much, but next up, we have another guarantee, which is Meowth. And Meowth is easy. However, if you don't have the 4-match and the 3-match doesn't trigger, it's not a guarantee knockout. sorry about this, guys. I just want to reorganize the screen for you. So I apologize for that. But yeah, as I was saying, Meowth is not a guarantee. If you don't have the 4-match, like I had the 4-match, so it's going to knock it out. But if you don't have the 4-match, it's not a guaranteed knockout if you don't trigger Shot Out. And even if you do trigger Shot Out, I think you have to combo a little bit. to be able to beat it. So an easy stage, a good one to get, a guarantee, but not, I guess, not, I don't know. It's not a guaranteed one hit knockout, basically. So, yeah, that's a good one to get, though. And this is another awesome one to get. This is basically a guarantee. I don't think you don't even need to trigger shout out with that. That's super easy stage to beat. But yeah, moving on, we are moving on to somewhat more difficult stages within the past 150. For us, it's going to be Munchlax. Munchlax isn't a bad one. Now, I got to tell you, technically, with Hitmonlee, it would be better on the stage than the Flygon, because Hitmonlee is super effective, but you're not going to bring Hitmonlee just for Munchlax, because it's not a guarantee, and even if it was a guarantee, you're not going to bring it just for one stage. So, but yeah, so this is Munchlax. This is another one that has a little bit too much HP, but not too bad, I guess. So, it's high, but it's it's going to take you probably a few moves at minimum to beat it or whatnot. But yeah, anyway, this is Munchlax, so not too bad. I actually don't know if it's the best thing to have a maxed out shock attack, and the reason is because, let's say you go for like a 4 match and it doesn't activate, you could have spent that turn trying to set up a 4 match of like Noivern or something, so it could like play with your mind in a way, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I do have shock attack max, but it's something to consider maybe not maxing. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments below if you've had any experience with that. Like right there, I did activate shock attack, but again, it might not have went off. But in this situation, it did, so that's good. Yeah, Licky, another one that Hitmonlee would be better than Flygon at, but it is what it is. Licky's not another one that you're probably gonna get. You're not gonna get every time, so yeah. So yeah, not too bad. So far, we're doing relatively well. This is probably on average what I have. One attempt when I was doing this was after this attempt. I actually made it up to Deoxys in that attempt. I found Reuniclus, Tyranitar, Gardevoir, and Timber, I think it was, all in the same attempt. And I still made it up to Deoxys, even with all of those tough ones. Now, the ones you don't want to find, in my opinion, would be Mr. Mime and Pelipper. And since the addition of Flygon, I've actually never found those. So, for me, that's fortunate. I don't know if it would be possible to advance much higher if you do. At least from what I've noticed, because those stages are so tough. And technically, Reuniclus is tough as well. But, yeah, so I don't know. Those 2 stages I definitely don't want to find, though. So those are the tough of the tough, at least in my opinion. So moving on to stage 15, we do have Aerodactyl. And Aerodactyl is another guaranteed stage, and it is an easy stage. Hitmonlee and Flygon are super effective against it, but Flygon is technically better because it's stronger. So you definitely that's some good news. You do have the better outlet with this Pokemon. Now, you could beat this in 1 move, but usually it's probably going to take 2 moves just because a 4 match, a Flygon is not going to knock it out. I came close, but not going to be the case. So yeah, we are able to beat Aerodactyl in 2 moves. So you basically want, if you have the 5 match with Flygon, that's incredible, but if you don't, you basically want a 4 match and then to combo quite a bit to be able to knock it out. But it's not a guarantee. Now, with Klefki, this is another guaranteed stage. You will always get it at stage 16. But a 3 match of Flygon does knock it out, guaranteed. Of course, Shoutout's not guaranteed to go off on a 3 match. So a 4 match obviously would be better. But if you do have the 3 match, it's worth going for, in my opinion, just because you could get the 1-hit knockout. But another super easy stage. All the guarantees, besides the boss stages, are super easy. So that's some good news. But yeah, so we do beat Klefki and Swallow. We did find, this is not a guarantee, but we do find it. Another easy stage. This is from like the first 150 stages, so not too bad. Probably won't beat this one in 1 move, but that's alright. We do get a little bit fortunate. So So do beat it in 2 moves. I think I got a little bit lucky. I think usually it's going to take like 3 moves to beat that one. But either way, we do beat stage 17 of survival mode. So that's not bad. And moving on, stage 18. And this is from the second, not the first 150 after that. So Larvitar, not a bad stage, not a bad stage. We do have the Flygon, which makes the stage easy. Of course, if you have it, there's a bunch of rocks, so that could be a little bit unfortunate for you. But yeah, the HP isn't it's up there, but with Flygon, it makes it manageable. So it might be hard to set up like the 4-match or something. So I would definitely try and get Mega Beedrill online as soon as possible on the stage, if you can. And so yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a decent stage. It's a mini Tyranitar. Tyranitar's a tough one. That's one that you don't want to encounter in this survival mode. I guess Tyranitar could be okay depending on how many moves you have left. I've beaten Tyranitar, as I said before, in survival mode and still made it to the Deoxys, so it's not impossible. But yeah, it's not one of the better stages, basically. But Larvitar's not too bad, even though it does have all those rocks. But it's not a bad stage. So yeah, Froakie is definitely a good one to get. Froakie's another relatively decent stage, not one of the more difficult ones. So yeah, we do have Froakie on this stage. So yeah, like other stages, just set up like the 4-match if you can. If you can't, I mean, those Froakie in the middle are a little bit annoying. I feel like they're manageable. See, I was trying to look for, taking my time trying to look for 4 matches to set up, not really finding a whole lot. So I did set up the 4-match of Flygon, and I was able to get Mega Beedrill going. So that's some good news. That's definitely going to help. But yeah, I'm going to take a few moves on this one probably, but for the most part, but still a good one to get. Yeah, a good one to get. Yeah, the reason I wanted to do a survival mode attempt again is because I do have one. It's one of my earlier videos, but I use like Mega Rayquaza, Hitmonlee, and Noivern, I think it was. And I still made it up to Deoxys, but again, that took me a few tries. That wasn't even a guarantee. Definitely not with the Hitmonlee and the Rayquaza, but moving on, we do have another guarantee. This is a boss stage. This is Mega Aerodactyl. And when I originally started farming survival mode, I thought this one was really tough. I was just like, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat Mega Aerodactyl. But, you know, you get better as you play, and you do beat it. Now, yeah, this stage is annoying. If there is a chance that you have a 4-match right off the bat with Flygon, and obviously you want to take that if you have it. Other than that, if you have Beedrill with Swap Plus Plus at a high skill level, you could definitely go ahead and max that out, or match that, and hopefully Beedrill activates and, you know, gets rid of a lot of these rocks. So that's definitely a good way to go. But yeah, other than that, you do want to, if you can, I know it's going to be a little bit tough to try and set up the 4-match. If you can't set up the 4-match, you could go for 3 matches of Flygon. So right there, I was able to set up the 4-match for Flygon. So that's good. But yeah, definitely go for the 3-match if you have no option to set up the 4-match. And hopefully you get lucky. But if you're going with this team, you should have a decent amount of moves left, at least from what I've noticed. I mean, there's been runs where I ran into, I think it was Tyranitar stage 13 and then Timber in stage 14, and I was still able to get up to Mega Aerodactyl with like 20 moves left. So still should be good to go, hopefully. Yeah. So, yeah, not a turbo stage, but not a fun one, if that makes sense. So yeah, setting up the 4-match again, but unfortunately it's going to match, so we're not going to get that 4-match, but that is okay. So yeah, so we do beat Mega Aerodactyl with that last attempt. And yeah, so this is Mega Aerodactyl. And for this one, I can't remember the initial reward because it's been a while. It may be, maybe, I think it's 1 raise max level, but on the repeat, you do get 2 experience boosts to small, so not too bad, I'll take it. Pidgeotto is another guarantee. Pidgeotto's not bad. Now, with Hitmonlee and with Flygon, they're both resistant, so a little bit obnoxious, but Shouldn't hopefully take you more than like a couple moves, maybe 3 moves if you get unlucky, but yeah, it's still a good stage to have right after Mega Aerodactyl, at least in my opinion. So are able to beat it with 2 moves, as I said. You might have to get a little bit lucky if you want to beat it in 1 move, but I also tried Trevenant, Flygon, and Noivern, and I would not recommend it because if you run it, the stage may seem ideal, but the thing is, if you run into stages like Gerda or Pawniard or Braviary, like 3 Pokemon stages with a bunch of like rocks or blocks every single turn, you're not going to be able to combo and they're just going to destroy you. I tried that team. I ran into Gerda stage 13, and I think I had like 35 moves left, and he took all of them because he just puts blocks every single turn. So yeah, your survival mode attempt will be over with at that point. And it seems like a good strategy because you have the coverage for Psychics and Ghost. You have, the ground coverage, what you need for Rocks and Steels, But yeah, it's not a good way to go. You definitely need Mega Beedrill or Shiny Mega Charizard X. I've actually never tried it. I do want to get an attempt up with Shiny Mega Charizard X. I'm not sure how it works, so don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's going to be good. It might be good. It might be better than Beedrill. It might not be. I'm not going to max out Nosedive, even though having a maxed out Nosedive would technically be better. But I'm definitely going to try it probably once I max out Shiny Mega Charizard X. Well, I gave it all the candies, but I mean maxed it out by getting it as high as it can go. But in level, but yeah, so it's only 60 base powers, so get up to 80. So might not be as good as Beedrill. We'll have to wait and see. It might be decent. It might be better. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, we are going up against Banette, which is this one was a 3 Pokemon stage. Yeah, this was definitely a 3 Pokemon stage. I think, yeah, because there's no Pidgey. And he does have Banette on the field, so you still have Shot Out going for you, and that's good. Even if you didn't, you could activate like Mega Beedrill and get rid of all those Banette, and yeah, you should still be good to go because you can combo a lot on the stage. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP, so a 3 Pokemon stage, but an easy one at that. It might take you some moves because all that ice is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. That's okay. Trevenant, again, technically super effective, so technically the better option in this case. But you're not going to bring Trevenant for a Banette because you're not always going to find Banette. So Flygon still holds the spot, in my opinion. So definitely go with Flygon, yeah. And Noivern, because you need Noivern, so. Yeah. Oh, also, I did max out Deoxys shot out, and it does help with stage 50, definitely. Believe me, it helped. But yeah, you don't have to do it. But I felt like Shot Out is good, even not in survival mode, because I mean it's a psychic type, so it's like it's a questionable type, but it's still not bad. So yeah. Anyway, getting back into Banette, we do beat it, and so that's pretty cool. 24 moves left. We will get up to 29. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. So moving on, we get up to stage 24, and which is, I think it's let's see, Chespin. Okay, I thought it was a Larvitar for some reason, but not Larvitar, Larvesta, but it's a Chespin. Anyway, Chespin's another good one to get. It's an easy stage. A 4 match of Noivern is not going to knock it out, but it's still a good one to get. Probably going to take a few moves. It would probably be annoying if you didn't have the Noivern, but yeah, not a bad one to get. Not a bad one to get. Yeah, trying to look for the 4 match, but not going to have the 4 match. So going for a 3 match. Chespin is being a little bit stubborn, not going to be able to get it off. This is costing some moves, unfortunately. So still a good stage to get, still a decent one to face. But yeah, Chespin is a little bit annoying for us. But yeah, anyway, able to beat Chespin. And so not bad. Not a guarantee, but not a bad stage. Next up is a guarantee, and that is going to be Heracross. And Heracross is another easy one to face with this team. But yeah, that is Chespin Stage 24. And now we have, it is Heracross. And yeah, as I said, Heracross is a good one. Flygon technically resistant, but we do have the Noivern. So if we have a 4 match going, should be good to go. We don't, unfortunately, but yeah, Flygon is a good one to get. Trying to figure out if I have any 4 match setups. You could also go for the shock attack with Pidgey to paralyze it. Yeah, that's why I like Swap Attack Plus Plus. It gets rid of a lot of those disruptions, but that will get us the full match. A full match isn't even going to knock it out, but again, it's a boss stage, right? Or at least a mini boss stage. So even like 3 moves, even 4 moves against the boss stage is not bad. So Noivern, Haruko, not a bad one. We do knock out Haruko, so that's pretty cool. I'll take that. And the initial reward, I don't remember, guys. I don't remember. But we do get 3 experience boosted smalls for it. So that is pretty cool. Chingling, another guarantee, another one that you always face. It goes without saying, but Trevenant is technically better in this situation. But again, not going to bring Trevenant just for a Chingling. Yeah, trying to get the shock attack going, but then after that I remembered that shock attack was not strong against, or didn't work against psychic types, so not going to help me out, but yeah, we do beat it in a couple moves. I would say on average you're probably going to take 2 moves on that one. Definitely could beat it in 1 move, but on average probably 2 moves. So we do beat Chingling, so that is nice. And moving on, we do have one that is not guaranteed. It's stage 27. So we do have a Stunfisk. So this is another decent one to get. It's not difficult, so I'll take that. And yeah, so this is another one that you cannot get shot out on. But again, I think I went for the 4 match, and realizing at that point that shock attack would not be working on an electric type. It kind of makes sense on an electric type, but I just wasn't thinking for whatnot. But still did relatively good on this stage anyway. So I do have the 4 match of Flygon, so I will take that. So yeah, not too bad. I really like this survival mode now. I remember saying if you could consistently get up to stage like 45 consistently, then it would be better than the original survival mode. And I think now with Flygon, we are able to consistently get up to that stage. And by the way, I think I've said it earlier in the video, but my Pidgey is maxed, so you definitely want, not that you need it maxed, but you definitely do want a max Pidgey. So over time, as I did, you could definitely give it the raise max levels. You don't necessarily need shock attack, but you definitely do want to have the 100 attack power on it. So yeah, don't need it, but it does help. We do have Weavile in this situation. I guess I'll tell you that technically Hitmonlee is better, but that's okay. Yeah, Hitmonlee is strong against Dark types, so against Dark types he would have the advantage, but I guess like Electrics, which Mega Ampharos counts, and Flygon is the better way to go. And Rocks and Steel, both of them are strong, but Flygon is still better just because he has a little bit more attack power, 116 attack power, whereas Hitmonlee has 105. So in those situations, you're still better off with Flygon, even though they're both super effective, if that makes sense. And yeah, the Ghost and Psychic types, Hitmonlee is resistant, Flygon is strong against, and you will find at least 3 of them in the beginning. So, not bad. One stage I thought you might have trouble with this team would be Zoroark, but I actually found it in one of my attempts. I don't think it was this attempt, and I still beat it in like 3 moves. So that's because I had like the 4 matches. I guess I got a little bit lucky on that one, but yeah, Flygon's still helping out in that stage, so that's okay. So yeah, it took several moves actually on Weavile. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Weavile's not a guarantee, so that's okay. And yeah, so we do beat Weavile. And yeah, no, so not too bad. So next up, we have Tangrowth, and I actually like Tangrowth's stage for some reason. Now, when it comes to Tangrowth, if you combo a little bit, I don't know if it's like 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that. I guess it's like 3 or more or something. He will put a couple Tangrowth on each side of the field so you can match with all those Tangrowth. Not going to be the case for me, so I will just go for the Beedrill Max match, setting up the Noivern and get rid of some of them. So now I did get that 4 match of Noivern. And yeah, there you go. So he does set it up. So that would have been nice to get after the initial turn. Not going to be the case for me, but that is okay. Because Tangrowth is still a good or a decent one to get. Not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, that is Tangrowth. Not a whole lot of HP on Tangrowth. Pretty decent in my opinion. Yeah, I would say that this attempt, I didn't really have any super difficult Pokemon. I had reasonable ones in my opinion, but yeah, at least as far as this stage goes, at least right now. So next up we do have it's Mega Heracross. Yeah, so Mega Heracross, another guarantee. Another stage that's not bad. Yeah, he does have other supports like Shuckle and what is that, Loomis. Now, technically, if you had those maxed out, it would be better for you. I don't have them maxed out, but if you're a perfectionist, you might max them out to have the best advantage as survival mode. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but it's technically better. So I'll just leave that disclaimer with you guys. If you want to do that, over time you could do that. You don't need their abilities, I don't think. I don't even know what their abilities are. But I think Shuckle has Risk Taker, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, you want to try and set up 4 matches if you can. If you can't, you can go for 3 matches like I did. I'm not getting Note off. Setting up the 4 match, he does disrupt with rocks every single turn at a certain point after his countdown goes down. So by trying to set up the 4 matches, you might have to be a little bit careful in that situation. Because you don't want him to put rocks over where you're going to do the 4 match, but still totally worth it. Like right there, I set up the 4 match, so I was hoping he didn't put the rocks over, and in this situation, he didn't, so that's some good news for me. And yeah, and after he does this for a little bit, he does go back to like a 5 counter, so getting the 5 match going, so that's definitely going to help me out, obviously, because that's 4,000 damage against Boar Stage, so yeah, that's definitely going to help out. Yeah, there's some people who make it up to Deoxys with like 65 moves left, and guys, that is absolutely insane. If you're one of them that made it up to Deoxys with like 50 or 60 moves left, post in the comments, let me know, let all of us know, because that is absolutely insane. I think I've made, my best attempt was like 35 moves, 30 moves even. So yeah, let me know if you could do that, and let me know your techniques and tricks, because I can't do it. But yeah, we did get an experience booster medium for that, and I can't remember the initial reward. It might be a raise max level or something, or maybe 2 raise max level. I don't remember, but either way, we do get the experience booster medium. Dratini is another guarantee stage, and Dratini is super easy. You could actually beat this with 0 moves if he puts like 3 Dratini in a row, so it matches. You could beat it off the bat, which has happened to me before, but other than that, you're going to knock this out in 1 hit. It's a guarantee, so you're not going to not knock it out. Even if you don't get shut off going, if you only have 3 matches, you get the 3 matches and you combo enough to knock it out. He doesn't have a lot of HP, so Dratini, super easy, and it's a nice stage to face after Mega Heracross, a Boar Stage, so this is another easy one, in my opinion. Might take you a few moves like it did me, but only because there's so much ice, but he doesn't have a lot of HP, he has very little HP, so definitely some good news for me, because it's not a bad stage, so I will take that. Swirlix, I think that's what it is, yes, Swirlix, and so not too bad. Shock Attack also doesn't go off against Fairy types, so yeah, we do get Scatterbug for our next goal. Whenever I get to these stages, like, I think it's you can, wherever you can find Mr. Mime. I know you can get it in like stage 38 and 39, but I think you can get it in 34, 33 or something. I always I'm like, please don't be Mr. Mime, please don't be Mr. Mime, or Pelipper, please don't be Mr. Mime or Pelipper, just because those stages are the bane of my existence. I've faced them before with with Hitmonlee it would be more difficult, but even with Trevenant, I had trouble with like Mr. Mime. So whenever I get up to these stages where I know you can get Mr. Mime, I'm like, please don't be Mr. Mime. And luckily, since having Flygon, I haven't found Mr. Mime. I probably played survival mode like I want to say like 10 times, and all the times I've made it up to at least Deoxys. I've made it up to Rayquaza a few times, all after this attempt. This attempt was one of the earlier attempts, but I made it up to Rayquaza probably like 3 times or 4 times. And one time I did beat it, and I made up to stage 57. I lost at Seismitoad, but I wasn't filming any of those attempts though, and the other attempts I made it up to Deoxys, just didn't have enough moves, so I lost. But yeah, this is Bouffalant, which is another okay stage. I'll take Bouffalant. I went for the Shock Attack, I guess, in that turn. I should have probably went for Beedrill, just because I think the activation rates a high. I don't even. Yeah, yeah. It's a normal type. Yeah, and shock attack can definitely go off against normal types, so it can go off. But not going to be the case for me. But whatever it is, what it is. So Bouffalant is another stage that is. Yeah. He has a little bit on the higher spectrum of HP, but not too bad. I'm just going to tell you that Hitmonlee would be better in this situation, but again, not going to play survival mode thinking you're going to run into Bouffalant, and even if Bouffalant was a guarantee, I wouldn't use Hitmonlee. So, not when you have Flygon, but I guess it's a debate whether a Trevenant or Hitmonlee would be better. But some people like Hitmonlee, some people like Trevenant, but when you have the Flygon, that's 100% better, so definitely go with the Flygon. Yeah, and I would definitely Flygon's not farmable, but definitely throw on those raised max levels, skill swap it, max it out with the skill boosters if you have the means to do so. If you're early on, I totally get that you can't do it. I understand. But yeah, it is one of the best investments, not just for survival mode. So totally recommend it, and definitely do it. Yeah, it's also helped me out a few times in some of the main stages, the later main stages. So you definitely want Flygon. Definitely recommend that. And anyway, Medicham is another guaranteed stage, and Medicham is I would say it's an easy one. I mean, for a boss stage at least. I mean, if you could randomly find it in the wild in the stages, basically, it would probably be annoying to get. But yeah, trying to trigger shot out. That's what I said. It could be you could waste turns trying to get shock attack going off. If it doesn't trigger, you basically wasted a turn. Whereas you could have went for shot out, or you could have tried to set up a 4-match or even a 5-match of shot out. But yeah, even on a 4-match, not triggering it. And I know for a fact that you can activate shock attack on fighting types because Pidgey is strong against Medicham, and I know it does activate. So not going to help me, but that is okay because we still are doing decent in this attempt. So that is Medicham, and that is not bad. Pretty cool stage. Again, I can't remember the initial rewards. I actually will post the initial rewards in the comments if you want to check that out, and you could just see what it is. But for beating it, second time we do get 2 experience booster mediums for that. So again, a good way to farm experience, and totally recommend doing it. But another guarantee, after the bosses, you always get guaranteed stages. You have Vanillish. Yeah, again, technically better with Hitmonlee because Hitmonlee is super effective. You probably would knock this out in one hit with Hitmonlee. I actually knocked it out now in one hit, but it's not a guarantee. So, yeah, but with Hitmonlee you probably would. But that's okay. It's still an easy stage, a good one to get. So, yeah, definitely want to get them. And, yeah, so that is Vanillish. And Pichu, super easy stage. I love finding these 3 Pokemon early stages like Pichu or Pikachu. Super easy. I don't think I actually activated shot out. I still won. Yeah, I didn't get shot out going. Still win because you're going to combo enough and you're going to be able to knock out Pichu. This is probably, it's got to be a guaranteed knockout, right? It's got to be. But it's not a guarantee, so you're not always going to run into Pichu. In fact, I think this is the only time I ran into Pichu. So, but if you do, that's definitely good to get because it is a guaranteed win. And next up, now this is a stage we could find Mr. Mime, and which is what I was hoping not to do. And luckily, not going to be the case for me. I remember this stage way back when I was in the main stages. I remember this being so tough. But now, when I see this, I'm actually relieved to get it because I guess because you have the Noivern. I know they recently, not recently, but they increased. Or they gave it less HP. They went back into the main stages and made the stage easier, somewhat. But either way, I guess it's easy just because you have the Noivern. So, and Noivern shot out is going to do a lot of damage. So, yeah, like the other stages, set up the 5-match if you can. Again, shock attack not helping us out, but we do have that 4-match. So, gonna go for the full match. It isn't enough to knock it out, but again, this is one of the latest stages, so it's okay to get. I would say it's mediocre. It's definitely one of the not one of the better ones, but not one of the worst ones to get. So I will definitely take this one compared to some other stages like Mr. Mime and Pelipper and even Reuniqueless. Even though I did do well when I faced Reuniqueless, but it's still not a fun stage to get. But anyway, that is Salamence is another one that I found, and I was still able to do well in that stage. Salamence actually isn't that bad, but anyway, Vivillon, not a super bad stage. We are able to beat it, and I saw this. I thought it was Pelipper, and my heart stopped. I was like, okay, my run is going to be over. I figured, okay, I'll probably beat Pelipper, but I probably won't be able to beat Mega Medicham. But it actually is a Wingull, and a Wingull is a super easy stage to get. Now, it is a 3 Pokemon stage, but there's a few Wingull on the starting board, and I think he does disrupt with it a little bit later on if you get that high, or he could. I'm not sure if you have to maybe not combo to get him to disrupt, but either way, Flygon is resistant because it is a flying type. Hitmonlee would be too, though, so Flygon definitely has the edge. But yeah, anyway, not a bad stage because you could just blow up these clouds, if you will. Blow up you don't have to blow up the Wingull because you can shot out those, which is what you would want to do, Noivern shot out. And blow up the clouds with Mega Beedrill and should be good to go. Not a difficult stage. Might take you a few moves just because the HP is up there, and you do have a resistant Pokemon, but still not bad. Not a bad one, yeah. So I will take Wingull any day. Especially since it's one of the later ones, too. Let me know how far you guys have made it. Have you made it to the Deoxys? Have you made it past the Deoxys? Have you not played Survival Mode yet? Let me know. I'm interested in hearing about it. Maybe you have other strategies. You could let me know, and we could discuss that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we do knock out Wingull. And yeah, so that is Wingull. Not bad. So that is stage for us, 39. And the next up is Mega Medicham, which is another guaranteed stage. So yeah, that is a guaranteed Mega Medicham. Wingull is not the guaranteed, but Mega Medicham is a guarantee. So Mega Medicham is not a bad stage. I've beaten this with, I think, as little as, I want to say 5 moves. Maybe it was like 6. That was in my awesome, perfect run. But I think on average, it probably take 8 or 9 moves. Maybe if you're super unlucky, it could take more. But yeah, we do have the full match, which is always a good move, and another full match with Noivern. So getting a little bit lucky with this attempt. But yeah, I think this took, let's see, I'm not sure. Trying to go out for the shock attack, again, not working. Swap plus would probably be good in this situation just because it could get rid of a lot of those blocks that Mega Medicham puts on the field. But yeah, so overall, not a bad stage. Not a bad stage. You have the Flygon, which is neutral. Again, Shock Attack not going off. That's why I'm saying maybe it's not the best to have a maxed out Shock Attack, because if it doesn't go off, you just wasted your turn basically, whereas you could be going for Noivern or trying to set up a full match. But you can judge it as you want and let me know your opinions on that, if you want to have the maxed out Shock Attack or not. Not that Opportunist would help you out anyway, but... So yeah, next move will finish off Medicham. So that is not bad. And so 19 moves left. We will get up to 24 after Mega Medicham. I think I had, beating Mega Medicham, I think I had 40 moves left once. So it does vary. It really depends. We do get 2 Experience Boosts to Large. I want to say raise max levels or an Experience Boost to Large is guaranteed. For the initial reward, but again, I don't know. Tangela, okay, here's the thing about Tangela. Tangela is super easy, and it's a guaranteed stage, but the problem is you're never going to have a full match. And if it doesn't trigger the shot out, you could waste multiple moves like I did trying to beat it, basically. So even though it's an easy stage, that did take us 3 moves, excuse me. 3 moves to beat it. I think it was 3 moves. 3 or 4 moves, 3 moves. But whereas if Shock Attack, shot out went off, it would have knocked it out in one move. So it's a little bit unfortunate. It's like it could be your friend or it could be your enemy, basically. But it is an easy stage outside of that. So at least I've never got a 4-match guaranteed on the initial board. Maybe it's possible. It's never happened to me, but yeah, but you just have to hope that shot out goes off, basically. Krogunk, oh man, I love poison types now. It was annoying with Hitmonlee, but with Flygon, super easy. So even Gardevoir, even Muck and Grimer, which were annoying with Flygon, and even Trevenant, but definitely which was annoying with Hitmonlee. Definitely annoying with Hitmonlee, but with Flygon, it's actually fantastic. So yeah, because Flygon is a ground type, so it is super effective against poison type. So yeah, I would definitely take that. Trico, not a guarantee, but another easy one. Yeah, but between stages 41 and 44, you will get stages from the first 150 stages. So on average, those stages will be easy. And if you beat Mega Medicham, you'll probably be able to get up to stage 45 at least, because those stages will be easy. But yeah, that is Trico. So we beat that in one move. That's an easy one. Next up is another, Pidgeot. Pidgeot, I guess, could be annoying. It's not a bad stage. I beat it in a few moves, right? So it's not a bad stage, but it's not one of the better ones because Flygon is resistant. You have no super effective types. So, and it's not bulky, but it has, the HP is a little bit up there, if that makes sense. So, yeah, especially if you don't really want to go for like 4 matches of Flygon like I did that turn. So, yeah, so not a bad stage. Obviously, I knew I was going to win because of that amount of moves I had left. But, yeah, took a few moves, and that's okay. Yeah, so that is Pidgeot. Not a guarantee, but it is Pidgeot. Even stage 45, which is, I guess stage 45, I want to say that's a mini boss. It's not a guarantee, but it's between, I'm not sure what stages it's between. Stage 45 and through 49 would be between, I think, 151 and 299, if I'm correct, or maybe it's a little bit less than that. Maybe it's 199. Maybe it's 151 to 199. I don't remember, but definitely not some of the easiest stages. Aromatisse. Now, when I got the stage, I was like, oh gosh, because I thought the stage was bad. This stage actually isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not like Spritzee is worse in my opinion. So I think I got Spritzee this attempt if I remember correctly. But anyway, Aromatisse is not the worst stage to get. You know, I knew I was going to win because of the amount of moves I had left, but yeah, not the worst stage to get. I remember it being bad when I played it when I was progressing through the main stages, but you know, obviously you have all the shout out users now. It's not as bad as it once was, but yeah, so definitely not a terrible stage. Yeah, these last couple of moves, shout out is not going to activate for me. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Again, that's some unfortunate news. As I said, it's going to happen as you play, unfortunately, but that's just what happens when you play the game. So, yeah. Got to go for the 3 matches not activating. Not activating. They don't want to activate. Yeah, I think that was like 4 or 5 moves with shutout. Would have finished it off, and I would have had like an extra like 4 or 5 moves. So, that's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. We did still beat stage 45, and for that you do get 3 experience boosts to medium. Again, don't remember the initial reward. I will have them in the comments if you want to check them out. But yeah, so not bad, not bad. And as I said earlier in the video, you want to at least get up to stage 45 because then that's worth it for all the experience boosters you get and the coins. So totally worth it to get up to at least that. Machoke, another easy stage. I remember, again, the stage being really tough. But if you have the Noivern, it's basically easy. Yeah, I went for the Beedrill match just to clear out all of that ice. But yeah, Noivern makes the stage reasonable. So definitely take it. And between these stages, stage 46 and 49, you could find Shinx, Luxio, Chimchar, and Monferno, all of which Flygon is super effective against. So it actually makes those stages either easy or relatively easy compared to Hitmonlee. So definitely some good news for you. You have a better chance at making it up to and beating Deoxys because of that. So that's another reason you will, obviously do better. But you could also find like Whisma and Loudred and Xcloud. Xcloud's super annoying. I do not like Xcloud, but yeah, obviously Hitmonlee would be better with those, but I think it's more likely to find the others. So Flygon obviously better for you. Whisma isn't that bad anyway, or I don't think Loudred is either, but Xcloud is. But yeah, anyway, that is stage 46. Yeah, so the next stage we do get, yeah, I was right, we do get Spritzy. Now, I actually did well in this attempt, so it may not seem that bad. So for this attempt, it was fine, but I've found Spritzy before where I've really took a load of moves just because it was so annoying. I mean, look at all that ice. Yeah, really annoying for you. So I did okay, but yeah, Spritzy has quite a bit of HP if you ask me. Yeah, quite a bit. But yeah, as you can see, we do have the 5 match. We got lucky. We had the 4 match initially, so getting off the 3 matches. So and look, 3 Mega Beedrill matches. So that's pretty cool. Get rid of all the ice. So I did do well in Spritzy, but yeah, not a fun one. Not a fun one. Yeah, but again, Shock Attack will not work because it's a fairy type, so don't even think about it. Unfortunately, because you would really want it against Spritzy, but not going to be the case. So yeah, we do knock out Spritzy. He actually doesn't have a whole lot of HP, I guess. I guess it just feels like it does because you have nothing that's super effective, and there's just all that ice, which can definitely get annoying. But either way, for us, we were able to beat Spritzy, so that's pretty cool. I guess it's not the worst stage, but could be annoying. As I said, Monferno, excellent for Flygon, so definitely want to have that Flygon. I know I sound like a broken record, but you do want that Flygon for this stage. Now that first match, if you match, will clear that ice with Monferno, and you'll get rid of all this. Not sure if that's a guarantee actually, but you definitely want to at least go for it. It does clear out all of that ice, and I actually ended up getting 2 Mega Beedrill matches, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, as I said, Flygon obviously would be better for this stage. Just because it is super effective. Yeah, at this point I was just looking for like 4 matches to set up. Don't have any that I saw, so I just went for the 3 match. And yeah, this makes Monferno a pretty easy stage, or relatively easy, setting up the 4 match. But unfortunately, he puts the block right where I was going to go for the 4 match. But still get the 3 match going off. So yeah, Monferno not a bad stage with Flygon. But it was annoying with Trevenant and Hitmonlee. That's definitely for sure. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah, they had to take an extra move from me because that shot out would not trigger on the Noivern, but that's okay. We do beat it with 21 moves left, so going to get up to 26. So yeah, Monferno, not a bad one. I want to say we have Loudred next. I want to say that. Yes, Loudred. Okay. Loudred, not a bad stage. I actually think I did relatively okay on here. It goes without saying, of course, but Hitmonlee would technically be better. But again, since you're not guaranteed the stage, and even if you were, you're not going to bring it a little bit bulky, too bulky. He does disrupt every turn if you don't make a combo of a certain amount. I think it's like you probably have to make a combo like 3 or 4 so he doesn't disrupt. But I did get the shock attack off, so that's some good news. So that will help us get rid of all this junk on the bottom field. I mean, how are you going to combo with all that stuff? So actually, I think if you match the Whisma on the bottom with the top or something next to the rock, it will clear out all the rock and all the Whisma and Loudred. So that may have been a better move, but either way, yeah, this is Loudred. So thanks to Pidgey, it's not a bad stage, but yeah, as I said, he does disrupt every turn if you don't make a specific combo of. It's probably like a combo of 4 or something, so yeah. But still, Mega Beedrill can take care of his disruptions anyway, even if he does. So, still not a bad stage overall, I would say. It's just the initial board clearing all that away. Could get annoying, but other than that, not too bad. So we do have the 4 match with Flygon. I think that will not quite about finish it off, but I do think the combos will be enough to... Yes, we will. Okay, just barely. But we do finish off Loudred. So going into Deoxys, we have 20 moves left. I also want to know if you were able to get up to Deoxys, how many moves did you have left? What's the most amount of moves you have left? Because I am curious about that. Are you the person that had like 65 moves left? You know, there's people who even use Hitmonlee still had like 60 or 65 moves left. So absolutely insane and awesome. But as I said, I did go ahead and skill swap and max out Deoxys because he does disrupt with a row of Deoxys, which will trigger shot out. It'll do 1,000 damage if you have all the Deoxys. It is resistant, but it still does a lot of damage. It definitely helps you out. So, and Deoxys with shot out will help you out in like poison stages outside of survival mode. I know Flygon would technically as well, but if you're going like a full Psychic team with like Mega Mewtwo Y, Deoxys would be the better choice because of that. But getting a little bit annoying with all of this ice. I was a little bit annoying, but I don't think the stage was bad. Well, it is bad, but there you go. Shout out triggering a 920 damage for us, so not bad. I actually think Rayquaza is easier than Deoxys, to be honest with you, but the problem with Rayquaza is by the time you get up to it, you're probably going to have less moves left, so you might not be able to beat it. It depends how well you're doing. Triggering the shot out while I go for Mega Beedrill with Deoxys is another good option for you, so yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I will take it. So yeah, this is not. I mean, I think I beat. No, I've never beaten Deoxys with before Flygon, but this was the first time I did beat Deoxys, and since then, as I've said earlier in the video, I have been able to make it up to Rayquaza several times and beat it once and make it up to stage 57. I know stage 58 and 59 are going to be tough because it's Snorlax and Gramble that you can get. So you're going to need a good amount of moves. I don't mind using Disruption Delay, but I want to make sure I get up to those moves where I'm definitely going to beat Survival Mode. So, so we'll see. Hopefully one day I will have a completed Survival Mode attempt, but we do get 5 raised max levels. That is the initial reward for that. It would be an experience boost to large. But at this point I knew I wasn't going to be able to beat Rayquaza, but I was hoping to get up to it just to show you a quick attempt at it. But I'm not going to be able to get up to it. I'm going to be able to get up to, I want to say stage, it was either, I want to say 53. It may have been 52, but either way, Vaporeon is a guarantee, and Vaporeon is easy, so you're not going to have trouble with Vaporeon. But yeah, that is Vaporeon, a guaranteed stage at stage 51. A nice little breather after Deoxys. And next up, this is the stage I lost because I lost at Tyranitar, unfortunately, so I thought I might have been able to beat it, but not getting lucky with the shot outs and everything. So you can definitely beat it. I had plenty of moves to beat it, but I didn't really get lucky, you know. So yeah, shot out not triggering on that 3 match. So a little bit unfortunate, but Tyranitar a little bit annoying as well. But not super bad, I guess. We do have that 5 match, but still not going to be enough to save us. But either way, it was a nice attempt. It was a nice run. And unfortunately, I didn't have that... I didn't film that attempt where I got up to stage 57 or got up to Rayquaza a few times. This is the only attempt that I filmed, but it was still a good, solid attempt in my opinion. I know some of you were asking about Survival Mode and wanted to see an updated run with Flygon, so I'm happy to get that out for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stuck through the majority of the video, or the whole video, and I hope you can maybe learn some techniques. If you do, let me know. Please like and subscribe if you are not subscribed. We always appreciate that, or I always appreciate that. I love talking to all of you guys when we talk in the comments and whatnot. We always, I always love doing that. But yeah, he just disrupts like 4 times at some point, so it's super annoying. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to win at this point. I came close, but that's okay. Even if I did win, I wouldn't have won on Rayquaza, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, as I said, Larvitar is a mini Tyranitar. That's not a bad stage. This one is annoying, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, this is Tyranitar, and we do lose that one, so stage 52. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.